Hey folks, good morning. This is an experiment again. We're using the primary YouTube. We've been working on it now for about 4 or 5 months, and I'm trying to determine the effectiveness of it reaching out. I might make it a regular thing that, for these big reports is to do it through YouTube. Uh, so uh, if you will, let me just do this real quick. There's a chat. Let me move the chat up here where it's out of the way. Okay. If you can hear me okay, just type in, I can hear you okay. I'm signed in through Zoom or I'm signed in through YouTube. One of the two. Yeah, in the future, if you want to come to one of these, you're gonna have to get your invitation through YouTube. Okay. I think today they did it, or Jonathan did it both ways. No big deal. We're just trying to set this up. I'm just trying to bring some. I guess I'm trying to bring some quality ad to the business, and having traded these reports all these years, I think that this might be a nice feature to bring new customers in and all that. Okay. So anyway, that's my thoughts anyway. So we'll see how it goes. All right, let's talk a little bit about the General Seven Sisters. Jonathan, on the E-mini, I've got a pivot number today of 5775. 5775. Okay, you can see I've got the market trading below what I consider the pivot number, but it's rallied from the low, which was 57 about 25 area into this report. The nice thing about this report is it will move the market. It's one of the biggest reports of the year. And, the question is, does it move the market in the pre-market? That's one question. The other question, does that trend hold? Uh, Typically, at the first of the month this way, you probably get a more of a trending market. And so we'll look at the E-mini at 57.75. Let's go through the NASDAQ real quick. Notice that the frame on the E-mini, we were at the top, okay? We're at the top. Also on the NASDAQ, we're at the top, okay? And you can see above 76.81 area, it turns bullish after the report, okay? Dow. It's right there at the top. Dow's holding there real good. Okay. Crude oil. See, the RB frame is a good place to judge the relative position of the current market to the reference bars. I like it. I love the feature. I got it on all my charts. You can set it up on any chart you open on the roadmap. It gives it to you. Crude oil's down towards the bottom. Let's look at gold. Okay, gold's breaking down a little bit. Let's look at silver. By the way, I'll give you a pivot on gold just where you have what I'm using today. 26.73 on gold. Silver's 32.34. I've got a pivot number there of 32.20, and the frame's down there at 22. So you got support right down there, real strong on silver. All right, look at bonds, which should be a mover today on bonds. Look at bonds breaking down, and let me give you the pivot number help you put things 123.22. So you'd have to take out the high of the reference bar, okay, or the high of that frame. All right, look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA has been running. NVIDIA has been running. If you look at NVIDIA, My pivot number on NVIDIA today is 122.52. 122.52. And GLD, let's look at GLD. I've got a pivot number there of 245. Today's a big day for gold. SLV, I got a pivot number of 29. So silver is a lot stronger than gold relatively to their pivot numbers. So, any questions about what to expect? A little review. You see, let me go back, Jonathan. You do it there on SLV. See SLV where you got the white bar there at 7. It's either 7 or 10, John. It looks like it's a Genesis bar. Go back to that Genesis bar where you see the test of that top there. Yeah, right. Come down. No, right there. Notice you had a top test right there. Everybody see that? And then the bar after that green bar was the second pass, and you saw the trend surge. That's what I'm looking for, is a 2-pass. And what we'll do in the steps, at 8:30, we'll write down the S&P. Let's just bring the S&P up there. S&P is a broad-based index, and at 8:30 time-wise, we'll bring it up and record that. So I will be back about 2 minutes prior to the news. Hands off the mouth. Double check and make sure you don't have any orders out there you don't want out there, because I've made that mistake before, and I did last night. By the way, was anybody in TNT last night and saw the great trade that I was teaching on the micro? Anybody saw that last night? If you did, I got a couple nice love letters from people that actually took it. Anybody see that last night, the trade I did? If you come down, Jonathan, on the E-mini, you can show. And Wade, I need an email, baby. TBuzzTNT at DTI Trader, if you don't mind. Jonathan, go find about 9 o'clock last night, and I'll show people why I went long. Come over to last night. You see it? Yeah, right there. Notice that bar right there is why I went long. I put a 55 sell, bought it at 50, stopped it at 45. But anyway, I'm trying to show people the power of futures, okay? And this is sort of a education thing I can do in TNT, if you remember TNT, and if you know how to trade futures, or if you're in my futures program, you can build upon what I've taught you and actually make some real money at night while everybody else is sleeping. Any questions about that? All right, so let's go. Let's put a timer up there for. We'll be back in 9 minutes, Jonathan. Gotta come back in 9. All right, I'll see everybody in 9 minutes. Get your coffee, get ready to go. It's gonna be a fun Friday. Hey, I like that name, Night Moves. I like it. Uh, I just know the value of education like that, and it's easy for me in Telegram to be able to, to show people things through TNT. Uh, but the real education comes if you're in that futures training I'm doing, because I've covered gold, I've covered gold options, E-mini options. I'm gonna really focus on crude oil, just the different futures out of the Seven Sisters that end up making you money. All right, folks, we're about 6 minutes away. 5767 looks like 68 area looks like the where it's coming up, but we still got a few minutes before I want to mark the pivot. Okay. Now, if you're attending live from YouTube, type in YouTube, and that tells me how many people come in from YouTube. In the future, the only way you'll get to this particular value add is come through YouTube. Unless you're a gold student, we'll send you the link there as a gold student. But this is something that I want to develop with you. And I think we've done, about 7 months trying to, we have about 7 months trying to develop, okay? Henry, thank you. Keep me updated on that, Henry. Anyway, but this is our first attempt at doing it. I just thought it would be a value add because, I've got a lot of great programs, but I really like to demonstrate the power of those programs through things like this, through live analysis and trading. Okay. Jerry said he's on Zoom, he tried YouTube, but link would not work. I don't know why, Jerry. I don't know. Maybe Jonathan knows or Henry knows. Henry seems to be an expert on YouTube. Henry says reload the YouTube page. That's good to know. That's like if your computer's messing up, restart it, right? All right, about 4 minutes to go by. Jonathan, would it be possible to do a spreadsheet with certain markets? We could do some pivot numbers off this news. I can call it out to you if you could do that.
Yep, we can do that.
The markets I'm interested in, tell me when you're ready and I'll just list them and all you have to do is type the numbers in for us.
Okay.
All right, E-mini, NASDAQ, crude oil, gold, silver, bonds, SPY, QQQ, TLT, NVIDIA, that's about all the key ones, isn't it, Jonathan, that move? Think of it left out.
You want to look at Apple?
Yeah, put Apple in there. Now at the top, we're gonna have a pivot. This B is gonna be pivot, and I'm gonna call out pivots to Jonathan. Okay, that's my plan.
90 seconds to the news.
90 seconds. Okay. About 30 seconds, we'll start doing numbers, Jonathan. Okay.
Okay.
All right, my hand, I want you to watch this. Look at naturally it's going to that mouse. Oh, GLD, put GLD on there. Good point on the spreadsheet.
All right.
And John, if you don't need me to call it out, but if you want to get the sheet filled out, bring it up, and then I'll start talking after you filling in, okay? Take date. You can start taking the numbers right now.
Okay. $57.67 ES. 20,064 NASDAQ. 73.97 crude. 26.76 gold. 32.28 silver. 123.05 bonds. 569 SPY. The news is out.
It's good. Okay, that's the first pass. Look at the first pass. Where'd it go, Jonathan, off the S&P? First pass.
Up to 87.
Okay, 87 is your top. What's the bottom?
I got it as 71. Let me download data real
Okay.
quick.
Use that
Lots of-
67.
Yep, that's a true number after I refresh the data there.
Okay.
The high went up to 91 on the refresh.
Silver's down at 3207. Gold down.
I got gold at 62. Yep.
Yep. Holding my pivot 75. Now, we've defined what's going to be a trend, okay, when it breaks that number, right? Everybody understand the two pass rule? It's only YouTube, by the way, if you want to review it. Let's do the NASDAQ since we got time. And Jonathan, will you set alerts on these for me?
Yep. The NASDAQ pivot was 20,064. It's been up to 20,162.
And I would use 2045 for the downside.
Okay.
Okay.
So non-farm payrolls were expected 147,000, came in at 254,000. Unemployment rate was expected 4.2%, came in at 4.1%.
Hey, what we got time, bring silver up, if you will. Does everybody see how silver hit its target there? Okay. You had a buy failure here that came down and hit its target. That's usually what happens. Now you got to watch silver. Remember that pivot number I gave you, 3220 area? We'll see if it can climb back up. I just want to show you all that. All right, bring crude up. Okay. Set an alert on crude at 73, that low of that bar and the high of that bar.
Okay,
Now,
70.
one of the benefits of doing what I'm doing right now, folks, is being able to set up future trades once the cash market opens, okay? And that's what this is all about, having an edge by watching these reports. Okay, the S&P's coming back up. It's the NASDAQ. Look at the NASDAQ.
And Nasdaq's pressing its highs, isn't it?
Yeah. What do you got? What kind of chart you got there? 30-minute?
Yes.
Change it to a 10-minute. $62. See that 62?
62 is the high.
Does everybody see that? You're about to see the two pass rule, I think. NASDAQ's at 60 roughly, right? Everybody see that? Got to take out that 62 area, and you're gonna see some buying flushing if it does. There it goes.
There's a new high. Yep.
I used to tell people they watch me trade to get the Wall Street Journal 3 days early. And that's not to be cocky. I've done this so long, folks. It's just part of what I do. Okay. Now, market's going to run up. So you got to have your numbers in place, right? Where are you going to take profits? Well, depending on how many you got, but I'd take some profits right here on some. Me personally. And then I do what's called, if I had 3 contracts, I take 2 down at profits, and then I put my stop below 201.45 and see what happens from there. Go have a cup of coffee. That's the beautiful thing about what we teach, Jonathan. It's pretty, with what we teach, this is so valuable for people to see, I think. Don't y'all agree, folks? Let me get, somehow my chat room went away, see what they're saying. Yeah. There it is, came back. Do you find this valuable, this exercise I'm showing you? If you do find it valuable, I need you to send a comment to love letter or whatever to tbuzztnt at DTI Trader. If you respond, then obviously, I might do it again. If you don't respond, I won't do it. Y'all see the S&P? Jonathan, showing the S&P. Now, what I know, here's what I know. Market's going higher. What's going to go higher if the market goes higher? $75% of all stocks. Now, let's bring silver back up there. I want to show you something else. Bring silver. Look at silver. Change it to a 10-minute chart. Okay, change it to 10-minute chart. High of silver is what's that high on that green bar, Jonathan?
32.20.
What did I tell you the pivot number on silver? I trade a lot of silver. I know that market fairly well. So I'm gonna take Jonathan, I'm gonna take a 10-minute break, get me a cup of coffee. I think I've showed people. In the meantime, why don't you go through for all those markets we identified and set reversal numbers off the news, taking the low of that bar, okay?
All
On
right.
that spreadsheet you got. I'll be right back.
Friday. Reversal numbers. Take out the other side of the bar. So on the S&P, that's 57.66. Give it a few points and say 64. On the NASDAQ, taking out the low will be 20,064. Crude oil, let's see what crude oil's done. Crude oil's down off the news. Actually, that was the 30 minutes prior. Crude oil's no trade. We'll leave that one alone. Gold. All right, gold's pivot was 76. And it is down off the news. And that 76 area is the reversal. We call it 81. SI, we can just use times 32 level. Let's call it 32.31. Bonds. Come on, bonds, load in. Oops. I dropped internet for a second there. Everybody still hear me? Okay. My internet is not stable right now. That's why this bond chart's not loading in. My Tasty Trade says I've lost connection, but Zoom's still working, so that's good. You can see the prices on my roadmap has stopped. Tom, I'm gonna have to restart here.
All right, you gonna restart it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see how much information can be gained by targeting these big reports? If everybody believes they walk away this morning, okay, with what I would call some knowledge you didn't have before that's going to help you become a better investor trader, let me know that, because we had to hustle a lot to do this morning, and I think that when you do things like this, I'm counting on you to go out and tell your friends next time I do one of these things. They got to watch it. Karen says, this morning session has been another golden opportunity to learn invaluable methods from a master trader who has studied the markets for a lifetime. Do y'all know anybody else that could do this? Seriously. I'm curious. I don't think that being in the trenches for 40 years trading this market, I've been called the real deal, and I paid my dues through the Globex terminal and everything else. It's a unique qualifying factor that should be worth some money to you and help you grow your account, which is my whole motivation, to hear great success of what I can teach. I love educating people. Been my passion for since 1996, actually before that, but when I started DTI. We're going to do one other thing and we'll wrap it up once Jonathan gets back with his roadmap and stuff. But I had a lot of fun doing this. That means I'm going to do it again. But I need y'all to bring some friends. Be my soldiers out there. Bring some people. Get in. If you care about what they do, they need to learn this stuff, especially when it comes to the market. All right, the first thing I did was what? Frame the market. The second thing I did was give you numbers rather than charts where you could evaluate the market. We knew the NASDAQ led. It went up first and it pulled the S&P and the market went higher. Okay. And so money to be made, you could, buy the QQQ and do other things. And then you look at stocks too. Okay. You could do a lot to help yourself here is all I'm saying. So that's what I try to do when I show you these things. Okay. So Jonathan, make sure you copy Karen's thing because I think that's good. If we do this again, we can use that to bring even more and more people into the fold, so to speak.
Okay.
I just fill out the spreadsheet and wrap it up. You got the spreadsheet, want to throw that baby up there, the market's going higher. I want to show you one other thing, okay? The E-mini has an ATR of 55 points. What's the low of the E-mini? Put that on the spreadsheet and add it, call target. That's where the target would be. Add an ATR to it. Okay.
57.41 is today's low, plus 55, 57.96.
Yep. That's if it gets there, that's a normal target. Okay. The NASDAQ's got a 293 ATR.
Low of the NASDAQ is 19,941 plus 298. I got 20,239.
Okay. Those are targets based off of ATR, reasonable targets. Those are the two markets that we're talking about the most. I think crude oil is still sideways, gold's correcting, silver's correcting, bonds. Bonds are a little negative, aren't they, Jonathan?
Bonds are negative with the pivot of 123.05.
Yeah. Okay. There's a spreadsheet. That's a good spreadsheet for the next couple of days, but it helps you. And I enjoyed being with everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. Tell your friends the next time you get one of these notifications. Next time, unless you come through YouTube, you won't get an invitation the next time we do one. Karen says it was awesome. Henry said, Henry, remember that number. Next time we got to beat it. Okay. And we'll promote it a little bit better. I wanted to try it and make sure the technology worked, but this is fun. Fun, fun, fun. You got to have fun doing things, right? Jonathan, you got anything you want to come back with? We'll be back at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Remember, for the gold program, Jonathan and I'll be working hand in hand for that today to fill out that spreadsheet there to kick off the last quarter in gold.
Yeah, it should
Jonathan,
be
that's all I
fun.
got, buddy.
Yep.
I'm very pleased this session went so smooth.
It's gonna be a fun, busy morning. Fine time trade should be looking nice this morning. Prices stay up here. We'll see what happens, but definitely gonna be a busy morning.
Yeah, we bought fine time for a dime, didn't we?
Yes.
Let me check it. I'll tell you what it looks like right now. I got that trade. Jonathan, we're at 13 cents. That would be a 30%. Put that in, tell them to take their profit and wait for the next fine time for a dime.
Okay, so we'll set a target at 13 cents and cash market will open here in 40 minutes or so. And we'll go from there. Sounds good.
John, we don't have any other meetings today, right? Other than the 3 o'clock one?
Yeah, that's it. Just a weekly wrap up this afternoon.
Sound like a plan.
Enjoyed it, Tom. Thank you.
That was a lot of fun. Educational. Remember, get in TNT. I'm really learning how to educate through the Futures program, and I'm getting a lot of people following me on that thing. So get in TNT. John, put the link if anybody wants to join TNT.
It is dtitwitter.com/TNT.
That's simple enough. Almost at target on our NASDAQ. What I'm talking about. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you.